Howdy, 8th grade. Today we are going to look at solving equations again, but this time we're going to do equations that have variables on both sides. And this is going to be fairly simple. It's going to be more of the same stuff we've been doing. I'm just kind of giving you one more strategy we can use. So I want you to start out with a fairly simple one, which is going to be 4x plus 5 equals, on the other side, 2x plus 11. Now remember, looking at this, our goal is to get x alone, but I have a problem, which is I have more than one x. So which one do I get alone? And the answer is I have to get rid of x's till I have only one. So what I want to do is kill the x until I just have one. Near the end of the year, we'll be going over some harder problems with this on where you got to get a little bit fancy to get rid of the x. Today is going to be pretty simple. We're just going to be subtracting it. So the way I'm going to get rid of this x here, so I got a 4x over here and I have a 2x over here. So I want to subtract them. I think it'll be a lot easier to subtract the 2 than the 4 because it's smaller. That's normally what I go with. So I'm going to split my equation in half. I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. When I subtract 2x from both sides, 2x minus 2x is going to be 0. So I'm left with over here is 11. And on this side, I'd end up with 2x plus 5. And just like that, we're back to a two-step equation, which is one of those ones that we can solve really easily. So I'm going to do my reverse PEMDAS, make sure I subtract first. I get 2x equals 6. Then I divide by 2. Divide by 2. I get x equals 3. Just like that. So not too hard. All we had to make sure we did was we got rid of that x on the other side and we were good to go. I want to give y'all a hard one that we're going to go through together, and then I think we might finish up this video real quick. So we are going to do one with a bunch of distribution because we can. I'm going to have 5 times 2x plus 4 minus 2x equals 6 plus 2 times 3x plus 12. So looking at this, I got a few problems. The first off, problem is that I don't only have one x. I've got one x here, another x here, and another x here. I've got x showing up 3 different times in this crazy equation. So I need to get rid of 2 of them. The second big problem I see is that I've got all these parentheses, which means I've got a bunch of distribution I'm going to have to do. That's okay. We're going to start, like always, by splitting a line down the middle. And then we're going to try to simplify both sides as much as we can. So I'm going to start off by distributing here. And that will give me 5 times 2x plus 5 times 4 minus 2x. And on this side, I'm going to do the same thing with my 2. Distribute it in. And that's going to give me 6 plus 2 times 3x plus 2 times 12. A little bit of multiplication here. 5 times 2 is 10, so that's 10x plus 5 times 4 is 20 minus 2x. And on this side, I can do the same thing with my multiplication. I have 6 plus 2 times 3 is 6x plus 24. And now I just need to look at how am I going to get rid of my x's. First, actually, I'm going to want to combine like terms. So I can see that these 2 terms are alike here, and that these 2 terms are alike here. So I'm going to combine them. What that's going to look like is I've got 10x minus 2x. 10 of a thing minus 2 of a thing is going to be 8x plus the 20. It's going to equal on the other side. I have 6 plus 24. 6 plus 24 is going to be 30. And I still have my 6x. So now what I want to do, now that that's all simplified, it's gotten all over the place, I need to get rid of one of my x's. So to get rid of one of my x's, I need to subtract it. I can either subtract the 8x or the 6x. I like to subtract the smaller number, otherwise you end up in the negatives. if you want to subtract the bigger number, you'll still get a right answer. You'll just have to work with negatives. So I'm going to subtract 6x from both sides. And I end up with 8 minus 6 is 2x plus 20 equals 30. Now I'm real close to being done. I do my inverse order of operations, subtract 20 from both sides, and I end up with 2x equals 10. And when I divide by 2, I get x equals 5. And that would be my final answer with x equals 5. Just like that, I am good to go. I want to show y'all one quick other thing. I'm sorry about that. I need to make sure we see a couple of quick examples of weird things that might show up. So these are the weird things. The first is going to be an identity. And I will do one of those for you very quickly. So if I do 10 minus 6x equals negative 2 times 3x plus 5. After I distribute this, I'd get 10 minus 6x equals negative 2 times 3x would be negative 6x, negative 2, oh, I need this to be minus, I'm sorry. Let's fix that. Plus 10, I try to get rid of my 6x by adding 6x. And I end up with 10 equals 10. So no matter what I plug in for x, that's going to be true. So x is everything, essentially is what this means. X is anything. The second one I want to talk about is going to be no solutions, which is going to be similar to the one we just did. Solutions. But just a little bit different at the end. So I want to show you all what that would look like. It would be if I had something like 7x minus 2 equals 9x minus 5 minus 2x. So I'm going to start off here by simplifying my sides by combining like terms over here. 9x minus 2x is going to give me 7x minus 5 equals 7x minus 2. I can get rid of one of these x's by subtracting 7x. And I get negative 2 equals negative 5, which is weird because it doesn't. This is never true, so x is nothing. There are no solutions. That doesn't mean that you don't have to answer it. There is an answer. The answer is that there's no solutions. I got into an argument about this last year with 8th grade. The answer is no solutions. After that, you are done, good to go. So please make sure you do the 5 lesson practice problems, A through E. That makes me very happy. And I will see y'all in class tomorrow. Toodaloo.